Any luck finding Ventrinio and his big secret? Aelin and Ventrinio together? I wouldn't turn my back on either of them, but I suppose we haven't got much choice. Speaking of trouble, here they come. This can't end here.
You haven't tried going in there, have you? No, of course you haven't. You're still alive. This took a little longer to find than I had hoped, but it should be exactly what you need. Dren had a twin in the Summer Court, Dith the Defender of Valor. They were both entirely immune to each other's power. She faded when the House of Valor fell, but my early experiments with the Well of Souls provided a quite useful little surprise. You see, when trying to draw life energy from the ether, I captured her essence and bound it into this charm. With this, you will be immune to Dren's power. It's not as powerful as it used to be, and it's specific to Dren. But it'll let you face him and live. Now be fair. Fae don't have souls as mortals do. They're a form of magic with a physical form. And I only got a little of it anyway. Just enough for a certain degree of immunity to Dren's power. It only works for one person, but it'll be enough for you to reach him. Trouble is, he'll be immune to your power as well. But I'm sure you can think of something. You've got his counterpart's essence, so he shouldn't be able to hurt you. What more do you want? So what if he's still invulnerable too? Go find a way around it. I can't do all of your thinking for you. I had no idea what a treasure I had when I first caught Dith's essence. It was just a curiosity sitting on a shelf for the longest time. What a pleasant surprise that she could be of use to someone after all this time, eh? With the essence of valor, you can withstand Dren's attacks. Stop being such a child and go face him. Now, go show that defender what a little magic
Sometimes one soldier can do what an entire army cannot. Whatever you're planning, now is the time. Ventrinio says he has a way to defeat Dren. However he got into Alabastra before, we'll have to use it to put an end to Dren's defenses once and for all. Now I'm sure you have this well in hand. Good luck. You got into Alabastra once. You can do it again.
I don't know what you're planning, but good luck. Hey. I'd help you if I could, but it sounds like that essence only protects one person. But if something goes wrong, I'll try to pull you out. Dren's one of the Sentinels, isn't he? I've heard they were a pair of twins, unkillable on their homelands, protecting their people from attack. I've heard stories about Dith, the other Sentinel, from the days when the House of Valor still stood. I heard about her, but she was before my time. All I know is she was some great hero of the House of Valor. I once toasted with her comrades at a statue to her, but even the statue crumbled long ago. The House of Pride practically drips with curses and enchantments, but the most powerful one is Dren himself.
Turn back or die. Then you shall die like the others before you. I made an oath to protect my house and my homeland. No power short of death can keep me from fulfilling my duties. You have my sister's essence. Of course. Mortals led to the destruction of her house. It's only natural that they would have stolen her power as well. No matter what tricks you bear, there's no way you can defeat me. Enough. We could fight each other until the mountains wear away, but that will aid nothing. My sister and I were chosen to protect our kind. So long as our houses stood, the Fae would never pass from this world. I in pride, and she in valor. We never imagined that our houses could crumble beneath our feet. Mortals led to the collapse of my sister's house, but with Gadflow's help, they shall not have mine. He may taint pride with his Prismeer and his obscene god, but it will keep us eternal. Before I knew the truth of Tuatha, I swore to keep my homeland safe from invaders. I could never have known what my people would become. Fae never change, and pride's honor never yields. I cannot yield, but if your true intent is to stop Gadflow, then perhaps there is a way my house and my honor could remain pure. If you would promise to spare the House of Pride, then we could put aside our powers and have an honest battle. Win, and your army may pass. I thank you. Destroy the Tuatha in my house and the hateful witch knight Myrna. Then we can be free. Now release my sister's essence, and I shall relent my own powers. Let us face each other as equals, and see who is truly worthy of victory.
You did it! You actually beat him! Guess I owe Ventrinio a drink. A promise is a promise, and the Witch Knights of Pride would be powerful allies to have on our side. I'll send a few soldiers along to help. Meanwhile, I'll get the other troops ready to move into Alabastra once that gate opens. The gate to Alabastra's still closed, and we can't open it without the House of Pride's help. Clean out the Tuatha inside, and we can move on. Get that gate open, and the army will be ready to go.
The High King Mathon ruled the bleak, silent fields of Wintertide. He kept the season as it should be. The blizzards howling, the skies filled with snow in the gloom of a long night. He purified the land under a white blanket and allowed death to end the slow decay of autumn. The woods paid homage in leaves. The waters paused at his arrival. The world revered him, in a barren stillness.
How can one Fae be this much trouble?
With you here, we can't lose.
Ready to die, just enjoy the pain. Fear not.
Halt! Parley in honor of... If you would be so kind as to have a word with us. I have been chosen by the remaining members of our house to speak for all. We were most honored by your intention to free us. We are in seclusion, so it's best to observe this situation without any unnecessary interference or risk to ourselves. I assure you, we will be more than happy to assist you in Alabastra. Simply carry forth and destroy Witch Knight Myrna, who has so commandeered our house, and her dreadful Prismere Chantry, of course. We are sure you'll have no problem finding her, or defeating her. We eagerly anticipate your success.
awaken. Through.
Well done, child of dust. You've killed the immortal defender and liberated a house full of arrogant backstabbers. I should thank you for exposing the disloyal amongst my kin. But then, I have so much to thank you for. Pride? Their betrayal was inevitable. But soon you faced the House of Vengeance, and their loyalty to Tirnoch is absolute. Pure. Instinct. The goddess of mercy awakens, and with every step you take into my homeland, she comes that much closer to walking our world and purging your kind. So, welcome to Alabastra. It shall be the death of you once more.
We have seen our champion bested, our advantage lost, and our minds are cleared. Bravo to you, champion. House of Pride, in our ineffable wisdom, renounces the Tuatha and demands that you accept our immediate surrender. Your army is welcome here. We trust our benevolence will be well remembered should Gadflow be dethroned. We thank you kindly, and our mages have already been assisting your army in their march into Alabastra. We trust you do not object. Most excellently spoken. You have the commanding presence of a young Aegon, who once also bore the pleasure of our august company. Allow us to welcome you to Alabastra. We trust your visit will be eventful. As the Fae are above mortals, the House of Pride reigns above their fellow Fae, sharing our wisdom, our grace, and our humility. Prince Sidon is a Fae of noble tradition. He would never raise a hand against the High King, just as he would never bow before the Tuatha. We've been gifted with so much. It's only proper that we are also immortal, so as to put our gifts to the most use. Conversely, poor children of dust have so little, but are given barely a moment to live. How kind the world is. How Gadflow came to command such respect is beyond even our wisest. He was little more than a jester at the Winter Court. But he said he found the voice of Tirnoch, and she led him to power. And it seems he was correct. Vengeance is such a sloppy, boorish house. Marvelous fighters, of course, but simply crude. They all feel that the world has wronged them somehow. And perhaps it did. How else would they end up in such a hateful house? Myself? Why, this one is merely the lowest ranked of our house, and yet we have been chosen as the speaker for the Fae of Pride. To us falls the honor of acting as liaison to your mortal army. Your charming, well-bred, and simply lovely army. The Tuatha bred in our lands before we realized what change they truly represented. Certainly we all share a distaste for mortals, but few of us ever hunted them.
Well done indeed. Now only the House of Vengeance stands between you and Gadflow. Now only the House of Vengeance stands between us and Gadflow.
The House of Pride opened its gates and welcomed us as honorary champions. They say it's simple hospitality, but I suspect we have you to thank. Now is the difficult part. We can hold Cluracan, even push a little into Alabastra, but we don't have the forces to mount a siege on Gadflow. Once the House of Pride gives their word, they'll never break it. At least, not while it looks like we're winning. Our real problem is that we can't march the army through Alabastra. Not in formation, at least. This will call for smaller groups. Where armies have been fated to fail, you have the chance to succeed. But you won't be alone. The army will secure a base at the mouth to Alabastra. Meanwhile, the 5 of us will split up and infiltrate quick and quiet as we can. Meet at the House of Vengeance, on Gadflow's doorstep. From there, we strike at Bale, the heart of his empire. I'm sure you know more about it than I do. After all, you were here last. That's where we'll find Gadflow, and where we'll put an end to this whole war. I hope you're ready. This time. Now that you've driven off the Tuatha, those House of Pride fools don't even want to acknowledge they ever served Gadflow. Disgusting little turncoats. But useful ones to have on our side, as long as we keep an eye on them. More than you'd think. But I promise I'll explain it all to you. Maybe once Gadflow's dead. I'll see you in Alabastra.
Hope you've got better luck this time, eh?
There's nothing to gain by waiting. Let's move! I'll see you in Alabastra.
We're not going to stop Gadflow by just standing here and chatting. You should have seen Alabastra at its prime. Serene and beautiful as a sky full of stars. Bale was the seat of the Winter Court. Every bit as cold as Issa is warm. But they're both beautiful in their own ways. The Cur's the closest thing Vengeance has to a leader anymore. A Fae so consumed with hatred that he's little more than a beast. If you're going to get into Bale, the Cur has to die. Doesn't look like there was much of the House of Pride left to save. And I can't imagine they were happy about a mortal doing the saving, either. Lead the way. I'll meet you at the House of Vengeance. I'll see you at the House of Vengeance.
I need to talk with you, but not here. I'll find you in Alabastra. When you and I came to Alabastra, we were looking for the source of the Prismere's power. I never found it, but I think you did. And that's why you died. The frosted gem at the center of Alabastra, full of Prismere. But now it's a lot more full of enemies than it was when we snuck in there. Gone, gutted, and good riddance to them. That'll teach them to stand on the wrong side of a war. You did kill them all, right? I've put together a few facts about your death, and I think I know something grave. But not here. I don't want to cause a panic. I'll give them the slip and talk with you a little later.
Welcome to Alabastra, hero. I'm no proper nature guide, but you see that wall up there, jutting beyond the height of that bridge? I heard a legend as a boy that said it's made of ice of pure winter, and it never melts. Beautiful, and a bit terrifying.
Please, find us a healer. I can barely recall what things were like before all this slaughter and killing.
Hello. Praise Lyria. I thought you'd never arrive. Welcome to Camp Moondown. Are you with Captain Ancilla's company? We need soldiers, not heroes. Without help, we won't last long on this ridge. Still, any help is something. Will you lend a hand? Our commander and his Ariad rushed ahead to Shadow Pass, and the enemy moved in to divide us. Most of us left behind are dead, and the wounded might as well be. Each Tuatha attack is bigger, more brutal than the last. We need fresh sword arms, lots of them. Thank you. Without you, we could not... No! That's a Tuatha now! Come! Goodbye. That should give you a taste of what we've been up against. Tuatha see this camp as sacrilege. Thank you for your help. The tales of your courage are true. It took more deaths than I wished to admit to secure the pass between Chloricon and Alabastra. Now that it belongs to the Alfar, we intend to hold it. Moondown is the best position in the valley. If it falls, we fall with it. The war is not what I expected. I missed the Battle of Melsenshir. Only action I've seen until now has been escorting healers and weaponsmiths. I'm no warrior. I'm an Alfar noble turned bodyguard. Even more self-absorbed than a knave of pride over there. Ancilla was ordered to bring his men to reinforce Moondown, but he hasn't come. His name is Corm, added to our outfit in Melsenshir after our previous healer was, I'll spare you the details. Trav pushed through it, along with Camp Moondown, without a look back. Once the Ariad surged ahead, Moondown was left vulnerable and Tuatha attacked our camp. Anella Saf is one of ours, though she doesn't act like it. Her work makes up for her personality. That I don't know. Fate has thrown so much hardship our way. Tuatha took our healer. The weaponsmith ran off. The mercenaries deserted us when the gold ran out. They're camped on the land bridge to the south, but they're not going anywhere while the Tuatha hold Shadow Pass. If you rescue Colm, our injured could fight again, and we might stand a chance. Raiders seized him 2 nights ago. It was dark, but I'm certain I saw them head to Glass Pillar Caves. Somewhere in the depths of Glass Pillar Caves, a cavern to the east, off the Cluricon Road. Goodbye.
Hello, mortal. I am the Knave of Pride. Wait a moment. The hero of Melson Shear. Here to offer your services. You have impeccable timing. I have some Bulgans that need to be disposed of. They're everywhere. Big red faces. The stuff of nightmares. The Bulgan masters use them as foot soldiers when they can. They compelled the Bulgan to fight. If you're in the mood, locate these Bulgan masters. Shouldn't be too difficult for the hero of Melson Shear. Well, get to work then, hero. And come see me once you've thwarted the threat. They're a special breed of mage. Real nasty. The Bulgan masters control the Bulgans. Hence the name. I was sent to Camp Moondown to help assess the situation. There are greater things at stake. I'm just looking to move on by completing these menial tasks, or having someone complete them for me. I hear she has little experience, but I have better things to do than chat with or about those beneath me. Not sure, but they're about. Always seem to turn up whenever we're desperately clinging to life. It's a lovely arrangement. Goodbye.
With horrors, screams, and ghostly face, we leave blood in a graven place. The forest black and nighttime sky, the blood that pours forth from your eye. A feast for maggots, craven all, that eat the dying when they fall. Instead of vibrant fighting flesh that fights the barghest and the thresh, that knows the plight of Seelie Fae, you who walked the Niralim's way, and reckon fates of mortal dust, and keep an oath or break a trust. We hunger for your corpse once more, to hear your cries and anguished roar.
Have you come to die?
Tirnoch desires your death.
Go! Get out of here! It's a trap!
Your telling ends here.
My gods, the hero of Melsenshir! I'm so sorry to have led you into that trap. I had no choice. They threatened to torture me. Forgive me. I've been wounded. Don't have the strength to care for myself. If I'm going to get back to camp, I'll need a powerful healing potion. Do you happen to have one on you? That feels better. It will be a while before the full effects take hold, but the potion did its work. If you escort me to the exit, I'll meet you back at Camp Moondown. Move fast. I'm proof of what happens to those traveling alone. Goodbye. Good thing I had you as an escort. Thanks again. I'll meet you at Camp Moondown. Camp was already set up when I arrived. Bad as it was when I got there, it's worse now. She's more honorable than most. All Docklefar lust for power, I think, but she seems immune to its influence. I was assigned to Captain Canman to replace her previous healer. I was captured by the Tuatha and brought down here. Goodbye. Thanks for all your help. I have my reasons for fighting. Let's just say that the victors in this war will rule from an unassailable seat. The Docklefar are ready to rule these lands, and if no one's paying attention, they'll seize it. Goodbye.
Hello. You have returned. No Bolgan tough enough to best the hero, eh? Ah, thank you, mortal. High Fulgen will be a bit safer now, thanks to you.
Colm is back? Great news! A healer will patch our wounds, but we'll need our weaponsmith too. I don't suppose you'd agree to help us again. Anella is a curious sort, impetuous, full of wild ideas, better suited to the Scholia Arcana than the army. She talked a lot about the Whispering Caves, so that's a good place to start. In the middle of all this, the fool goes on an expedition in Whispering Caves. Goodbye.
Fool. I was counting on the Tuatha guards to lead me to the staff once I got out of here. Now I'll have to consult the grimoire and retrace my steps. Thanks for nothing. Yes, I know I'm too beautiful to be an intellectual. Well, I am, and I've devoted my life to becoming a summoner. Not just any summoner, but the greatest since Arba. None could rival him, in life or death. His power was so great, even the gods feared him. With his staff, I shall be his rightful heir, the Summoner Supreme. Colm made it back to the camp. If he's returned, the camp will need services as well. You help me, and I might be inclined to help Count Moondown in return. She just wants her weaponsmith back. The captain doesn't realize I didn't enlist to sharpen swords. I joined so I could come here. It's a staff crafted by the brilliant Docklefar mage, Arba. According to his writings, he imbued it with great summoning powers in Prismeer. Come, I'll show you. Constantly under attack from the Tuatha, it's not very hospitable. They guard the breath of Arba. Up ahead, I nearly determined its resting place when you blundered in here and killed the Tuatha guards.
Tiernock!
Prepare to sacrifice.
thank you, I suppose, for getting the staff back from those Tuatha. No point in keeping it for yourself. It'll only work for one such as me who can understand its whispers. Escort me to the exit where it is safe, and you can give me the staff there. What? What? Now that I've got the staff, I want to stay as far away from Whispering Caves as possible. Surely the camp is fortunate to have my aid. Skilled weaponsmiths don't just land at one's feet. Well, apparently, they get recruited. Holmes' a secretive one. Whatever his reasons for staying, he won't survive long without a healer. Goodbye.
Hello? You found the weaponsmith? Alive? I must admit I'm shocked. And she brings with her a powerful magic? Such aid is more than welcome. And well-timed. The Tuatha are on the move. Goodbye.
Good work out there today.
Good day. Hello. Thanks to you, we might actually live to see reinforcements arrive. I only hope our forces in Shadow Pass are faring as well. You could bring back the mercenaries. We hired them when reinforcements didn't come, but they've abandoned us. We'll need them if we are to hold a bit longer. Are you up to the task? We couldn't afford their fee anymore, simple as that. They meant to desert us, but didn't get far before the Tuatha pushed them back. They made camp up on the overlook. You'll have to deal with their leader, Gorham Kane. They have a temporary camp on the natural bridge to the south. They plan to depart Alabastra soon. A necessary evil. Run-of-the-mill mercenaries. None more than a step above criminals. The leader, Gorham Kane's, a harsh man. Probably for good reason. Goodbye.
Hey!
I don't need no more stragglers trying me for a penny. I've got nothing and wouldn't share it if I did. Damn parasites. High Fulgen's no place for the likes of you. It's a mass grave. They just don't know it yet. Between you and I, if Camwen could have paid, I'd have gladly ordered my men to stay and fight. I'm not made of stone, but being a hired sword means you can't fight every battle that inspires you. Her persistence is honourable, even if her hope is in vain. But honour doesn't pay for our meals, our repairs, our passage across the sea. War is about survival. Honour has no place on this battlefield. I spent the first few years of the Crystal War as a soldier, but it didn't pay so well, so I fashioned a better deal. Damn me if you want, I'm alive, aren't I? There are few more important locations in this struggle. The Tuatha wish to keep us out of Alabastra, and they will shove us back into Cluricon if they can. We came out here to find work with Desiderius Trav. Word is, Trav's not stingy with the coin. He is commanding officer of a group of Alpha scouts and assassins. Captain Trav tends to do things instinctively. Great man, but difficult to work for. But pay is pay and gold is gold, so who gives a damn, right? Because I don't lift a finger without getting paid. Without a contract, I'm just another soldier waiting for his turn to die. My lot's able to hack through a bunch of Tuatha to get to Shadow Pass, except for those watchtowers firing on us. If you want a bit more of our time in Moondown, you'd burn those towers for us. I'd even provide what's left of our fire. You started a campfire before, haven't you? Just light the tinder and let nature do its work. The towers line the pass behind you. Goodbye.
Hello.
Tirnoch desires your death.
Yeah?
I've never seen such a beautiful sight. That should be show enough to send them scurrying back to Shadow Pass. I reckon that's earned our help for a spell. You know, you should consider joining us after this is all over. This camp is fortunate to have the mercenaries. Perhaps our purses will get a bit weightier from this fortune as well. Goodbye.
Good to see you.
Thank you for restoring Camp Moondown and helping us repel the Tuatha. There is one last challenge ahead. I am no great leader. I can't offer the inspiration my soldiers need, but the Siegebreaker can. Speak to them, inspire them to greatness, and we just might survive. Yes, if you could speak to the troops, it would fan the fires that burn deep in their hearts. They trust you, hero. Lead them. Goodbye.
What?
Hello.
Yeah?
Hello.
What?
Uh-huh. Damn Alpha. They shouldn't expect us to fight for them if they can't pay.
I cannot thank you enough. Be safe in your travels, and remember, you will always have friends at Camp Moondown. Thank you.
Good to see you.